This is really the Fighter and the Kid.
Come on, baby. We got UFC champ Belal Muhammad. How's that sound, bro? UFC champ. Has this sunk in?
Honestly, not. Like, I haven't like decompressed and like settled in yet because I've just been like nonstop. I went from straight from Manchester to Abu Dhabi, then from Abu Dhabi here. It's just like been nonstop seeing people here. Everybody wants to see me, so I'm like, next week I ain't doing nothing. I'm turning off my phone, not talking to nobody.
Do you feel different? Like, I remember when Rashad Evans won the world title, then he came back to the gym. I was like, dude, you must feel completely different. He looked at me and goes, I feel exactly the same.
It's funny because T. Woodley messaged me and he's like, bro, you feel different? And I was like, nah, I don't feel different at all. He's like, I always want to ask that question because I want to see if something changed.
Yep.
And it's like, nah, nothing really. For more so, like my family obviously is like so hyping, seeing them all happy with it, and them they're walking around with the belt more than I am. But for me, it just felt like another win. It felt like just satisfying, just to prove everybody wrong.
I got a chance to sit with his whole family and eat, for lunch. I remember when you brought me to your house and your whole extended family was there. So for me, like, and seeing how tight you guys all are, and how your mother cooks and how we were just sitting there. And in fact, your mother and your sister went in the kitchen. They made this insane feast. My favorite kind of food, Middle East food, like especially like authentic Palestinian food, authentic, right? And then like to see your father in that ring, in that cage, just kind of overwhelmed was like one of the most beautiful things I've seen. And then
you had to take the belt from him.
Oh,
you were like, give me the belt, dude. When they were announcing him, he's like, give me that. Your dad was like, yeah. It was great, man.
It is unbelievable.
But I think
now he literally just goes to the gym and just goes. He's like, oh, bro, I'm gonna take the belt to the gym. Come to the gym. I was like, I'm not coming to the gym. You can take the belt.
Yeah, bring it back.
He's like, okay, I'll do that.
I think too, maybe you don't feel different too because my God, did you earn it? You look at what the fire you had to go through, and this is my argument with them giving Umar, the title shot. I'm like, man, you know what? Certain guys, like even Leon, like the amount of fire you guys had to go through to become world champions, it's insane, dude.
Yeah, and I think honestly that's probably why I just felt so calm fight week, and I felt so chill because the hardest thing for me to do was to get the fight. Yeah. Like that was the stressful part. Is the Gilbert Burns fight. I'm so like, man, why would I take this fight on 3 weeks' notice to fight this guy? I risked it all on 3 weeks' notice. But now, after I got the fight with Leon, it was like a huge sense of relief. And it was like, we're here now. Now there's nothing else to fear. I got what I've been working for, and now we're free. So we could just let loose in the cage. So I was just so happy to be backstage. I was happy to walk out. Even in the cage, I was like wanting to smile just because I was like, man, they said we wouldn't get it. We got it, and we're here now. So now it's like the freedom made me just fight the best I've ever fought.
Because for me, I felt the pressure for you because you were Palestinian. The entire Arab world is watching you. The Muslim world's watching you. The Palestinians are watching you. Like I felt this weight. I was like, damn, how's Belal going to deal with this? Because sometimes people impose a crown on you, right? They'll impose this responsibility. They'll put all this stuff on your shoulders. And you came in there light as a feather.
Well, because I think Belal, correct me if I'm wrong here, but the pressure's not on him. There's no the pressure's all on Leon. And I think Leon did, and I hate when champions do this. I think Leon did a bad job hyping this fight, going, his wrestling's not that good. I fought better wrestlers. Canelo striking's not that good. It's like, dude, you have to fight him. What you're doing, you're minimizing who you're gonna fight, and there's a potential he could beat you. And you're saying how bad this guy is. He's not the greatest. He shouldn't be here. It's like, well, if he beats you, what's that say about you, dude? So I hate when guys do that. I don't like it.
Yeah, and I think it more so, like you said, a lot of it was fake coming from him. Like him acting his chest up high and being like tough. I'm like, bro, you don't do that stuff. You're not that type of guy. So it was just coming off as fake, and I could tell even in his eyes. Even when we were in that elevator, like he didn't even come in the elevator until he saw his 6 friends or teammates behind him, and then he got confident when his coach started talking trash in the elevator. And I'm like, bro, I could tell what's fake and what's not fake. That's fake. At the press conference, the crowd started cheering headshot dead, so then he started cheering headshot dead. And then, but what caught him was the flinch, right? He never does that type of thing. So I was like, when I didn't flinch and I didn't move, he just looked so stupid, and I could just see the look in his eye, like it just like broke him. So him when he's doing all these antics and stuff, I'm like, that's not you. You're not like a Colby Covington.
Correct.
And you're not that type of guy, so it doesn't come off as authentic. And it's going to show on fight night because we do have to fight. I'm going to grab a hold of you and we're going to see if you could wrestle. We're going to see if I do suck in boxing, right? Because there's nothing else to sell. I'm going to see you Saturday night. And I showed him what I could do.
And even in the post fight, which again I don't like this. I like Leon, but just the way going into the fight, I didn't like the antics. And then after, obviously his team's leaking it, but they're like, oh, he hired a F1 race car, sleep expert to help him deal with the change in the fight time. Oh, he came in, he actually had a bad back. I'm like, God dang it. It's not the way to do it, man. It's not the way to do it.
Exactly. Like if you're going to if you be on the same page, like his coach is saying he had a bad back. He's saying he didn't sleep well. I'm like, bro, all the people from London won, right? Aspinall killed. Correct. Makhachev killed. Patty killed. I'm like, bro, all these guys killed. So I guess it wasn't a time change thing. That was the hardest thing for me all week was trying to acclimate to the time. Even though I came from the U.S., my whole team was just trying to stay awake and go train at 3 a.m. And I was like, dang, maybe we should have came a little bit earlier. Maybe we should have did this. But I was like, bro, it don't even matter anymore because once the bell rings, you're going to be wide awake. You're going to get punched in the face. There's nothing that's going to affect you.
So you just kind of said, I'm going to fight this guy. All the other noise, all the responsibility people were putting on you and stuff, you just kind of like blocked that out. You were just like, I'm here. It's where I belong. I know I can beat this guy. So you weren't thinking about sort of Belal Muhammad, the face of X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, no, I do a good job of just like focusing at the task at hand. Like that was my task at hand was I was so motivated just to prove to them what would have happened those 3 years ago when everybody kept saying I sucked, when everybody kept saying that I didn't belong in the cage with Leon. Like, oh man, the other 4 rounds would have been the exact same way. And I'd look back at that fight and I'm like, I never even wrestled that fight. I never took a takedown attempt on him that fight. And I was like, we didn't even get started. So this whole fight was like to prove everybody wrong and have that huge chip on my shoulder because also I knew this was my only shot. Like,
correct.
There's so many NFL teams, you make it to the Super Bowl one time in your whole career. So that one time you better go all out. So I knew I had to go all out this fight. And I was just like, nothing else should matter to me. Like people will put that extra pressure on me. Obviously, it was a huge moment for me and, the Muslim community, the Arab community, Palestinian community. But my mindset was proving all the doubters wrong and showing that I'm better than Leon Edwards everywhere in the fight game.
And I also think too, I mean, you mentioned it, you're playing a different game where there's some guys, like Colby Covington, Kamaru Usman, where they're going to get second chances. They're going to win one fight. They might lose the championship, then they're always one fight away. And you and I both know, I don't know what's going on here, but you're playing a different game because you lose that fight, the chance of you getting back there, you're probably going to have to rip off 5 wins in a row again. Like they're going to make it very difficult for you to get back there. So it's like, granted, there's more pressure on you, but you can handle that. But we both know if you would have lost to Leon Edwards, dude, the chance of you getting back there is not good.
Exactly. I mean, and it was like to the point in my head where I was looking at it like, if I lost, there's a chance that I'm probably just gonna be like, bro, I'm hanging him up because I'm not gonna get another shot at it. Nope. It was so hard to get there. I mean, I'm begging you guys to make a video for me to like hype me up to get a shot there, right? And it's like, I hate asking people for anything, but I'm just like, bro, I'm so desperate to do whatever it takes to get this shot that I'll try anything.
And that made me upset. That made me upset because I said it on this podcast, said it on the Schaub show too. I just said the guy's won 10 in a row. He's clearly the number one guy. If he doesn't fight for the title, what are we doing?
Right.
What do we do? I thought if we're going to be considered as a professional sport like the NFL, NBA, he's the number one guy. And at UFC 300, when I heard all these leaks, so they offered everybody but Belal, I went, what are we doing then? Because if it's just for entertainment, let me know. But if this is a real sport, Belal's the next guy. And if he's not, just let me know what the game plan is. Because what the fuck are we doing then?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%. And I never got in here just to be here, right?
Correct.
The goal is to win the title. My thing is always gold is the goal. Gold is the goal. And
you've always had that mindset,
right there at the door.
You've always had that mindset from day one. You were like, I'm here for the belt.
Every fighter, Brian.
Yeah.
Every bro. Fighter, like every fighter. Like once you get to the UFC, there's some that'll be like I've had people that I know that I was just happy to make their goal was to make it to the UFC. Then you see them lose a couple, then they're gone because that was their goal to make it to the UFC. My goal was to always prove that I'm the best in the world. And I wasn't gonna be satisfied. So like anytime like I even lost a fight, all right, I got to make the adjustments. I got to figure out, go somewhere where it's going to make me better.
Is that why you went to Khabib's camp? Because you found there was a hole in your wrestling? Because I always hear you described as someone with high fight IQ. You have always figured out a way to put your hands on someone's face, no matter what. Let's be honest. Leon Edwards is a high level striker. You are in his face, putting your hands on his face. You find a way to win. You find those openings. But your wrestling looked totally different. I remember we had a conversation about that kind of what it was like to wrestle with those guys, the kind of pain. Just being able to stand up once in practice was a big accomplishment. So you actively chose to get into that fire, and obviously it paid dividends, but you looked like a different fighter in a lot of ways with your wrestling.
Yeah, my mindset's always to just keep growing, right? And you don't grow unless you're uncomfortable. So when I'm training with those guys, there's not a weak person in that group. Every single one of the people is beating me up. Khabib's freaking playing with me, like throwing me around. And I'm just like, man, I'm fighting for the world title. This guy's just like toying with me.
Is he still doing that? He's still.
Yeah, literally, yeah. When I was in New Jersey, I was just like, bro, I'm getting killed by him. And then all of a sudden I get the fight announcement and I'm like, bro, I suck. Like, I don't know what I got to do.
You're kidding. Oh, God.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Khabib still literally could come back and be a champion right now, like in any division he wants to. Like there's nothing from him. Like it's like literally unbelievable.
Let's take a little break, Beak.
If you guys are anywhere in the Toledo area, I am at the Toledo Funny Bone, August 16th and 17th. Come get some. Then I'm in Plano, Texas, September 6th, 7th, and 8th at the House of Comedy in Plano, Texas. And then I go right to Edmonton, Alberta, the comic strip, September 12th, 13th, and 14th. So come get some.
Listen, throw another shrimp on the Barbie.
Yeah.
That's right. UFC 305 is going down under. And you can make some bank with DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the UFC. The middleweight title's on the line. You got Izzy, DDP, but the card is stacked. All right. And speaking of stacked, if you're new to DraftKings, listen up. New customers bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use the code FIGHTER. That's code FIGHTER for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 buckaroos. UFC 305. It's going to be a ripper of a good time. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem, guys? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or go ahead and text HOPE-NY 467-369. If you're in Connecticut, help is also available for problem gambling. Go ahead and call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. But please play responsibly. Come on now. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 plus age varies by jurisdiction, void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Deposit and eligibility restrictions do apply. See eligibility terms and responsible gaming resources at dkng.co/MMA.
And now he's just bigger, so it's just like poisons even more.
Yeah, what's he? He probably weighs 190 or something, right? He's just like a thick.
Yeah. Oh. But this time I was lucky because I was able to take my main training partner in Chicago's Ignacio Balmundez. And to me, I think he's the best striker in the UFC. He's crazy kickboxer. He's a lightweight, but I was able to take him to Khabib's camp with me. And for him to get like a feel of Islam and all those guys, it like leveled him up. So when we went back to Chicago, it made us level up our teammates, telling them what we did with those guys. So all of us are just pushing each other that much harder just because we got that taste of Khabib. Now he got a taste of it. Now it's going to just make you work harder at your gym because you're like, I still got more work to do.
I also think the X factor for you, why you were able to have so much success against Leon, and they said, oh, well, he has the game plan, right? Because he fought Colby, he fought Kamaru Usman. I said, yeah, but the difference is, and why Belal won, is because his striking, Leon had to respect. Because you were down to trade and eat some shots and hit him in the face. Where Kamaru and with Colby, they didn't get the respect on the feet, so they didn't have any success on the takedown. They were either striking or wrestling. But you were able to put it together very GSP-ish, where you would get him to respect the striking, line him up, he would cover up, and most guys shoot then, you wouldn't. You'd mix it up, hit him with an uppercut, he'd react, he'd be rocked, and then you would shoot. So everyone's like, oh, his takedown defense. I get that. But he wasn't getting hit in the face. That's the difference. He wasn't fighting Belal. when he was fighting Colby, he's fighting Kamaru, he didn't care about he didn't respect their striking. So you got the respect in the striking, which opened up the grappling, which is why that first round, I was like, oh, this thing's over. How easy that takedown was when he spiked him, like, oh, this thing's over. It's over. Yeah. And I also think because you were so dominant, I don't know anybody in the space. I'm in the space, brother. I don't know anyone who's asking for a rematch. Name one fucking dude in the space going, gotta see the rematch. Name one. Besides Leon's team, maybe. I even heard his team say it. I don't hear shit.
Damn.
No, and 100%. Like, and that's what I told them when they were like, people were like, well, he fought Colby and he fought Usman back to back. He's been ready for you. I'm like, bro, they don't fight like I fight. They both had like cardio kickboxing from like UFC gym. I'm like, bro, they're trash. And Usman's a lot slower. He has no knees. Yep. Colby just sucks. So I'm like, he's gonna have a higher confidence from fighting those guys. But when I watch that tape, I'm like, bro, they're not me. They don't fight like I fight.
It's different.
And for me, Fight Week, I like to watch other fighters and like to mimic them. So like I was watching Khabib against Barboza like 50 times, just the way he would just pressure them to a different level, and just rewatching that fight, it put me in that type of mindset. Was like, we're walking through everything. I don't care what he throws. Yep. He can't kick going backwards. He can't kick. He can't punch going backwards. And Leon, I said it before the fight, he doesn't have a dog mentality. He's breakable. And when you see him in the corner and his coach is begging him and he tells him, F you, what are you talking about? Leave me alone type thing. And his coach says, I'm going to throw in a towel. That's the most embarrassing thing in the world, because I was right. I told you he didn't have the dog in him. I told you he was going to break in there. And mentally, he broke in there.
Damn.
Savage. So what? So if again, nobody's asking for Leon the rematch. So we thinking like Shavkat's next. What are we thinking? Because if I'm the matchmaker, I do Shavkat you, which I think is a phenomenal fight. I actually think it's a good matchup for you. And then also I would do Leon Ian Gary. That's how I do it.
Yeah, honestly, that would be a perfect matchup. But it's like, even with Shavkat, when I'm looking at it, it's like, he beat Wonder Boy. I beat Wonder Boy, then I had to beat 4 guys after him. So if I'm looking at it right now, I'm thinking Shavkat and Usman, they're both in the same gym. Usman has the legacy, right? He was the guy that Dana White says better than GSP. So I'm like, you're both in the same gym. So flip a coin, and then let's see which one of you guys want to come out and fight me. Because I'm like, nobody really deserves a title shot, right? But so I'm willing to fight any one of them. When Leon won the title, I was a clear next in line.
Agree.
Shavkat is 15-0, but it's still like, you didn't have to go through the ladder that I had to go through. So it's not like, man, he deserves it 100% right away. I think name-wise, Usman has the biggest name in the division. Shavkat probably has the biggest aura about him. So either one of those two, honestly, would be perfect.
And if I'm your manager, or even if I'm the UFC, or if I'm you, what I would do, I'd fight Kamaru next. He has the name, right? He has the household name. I'm not saying it's an easy fight. Probably easier than Shavkat, but it is a business. It is show business. It's the fight business. You know, it's you're a prize fighter. I'd go Kamaru, build the legacy even bigger, defend the belt, and then Shavkat has to take out Leon or Ian Gary, make him earn it. Because I do believe guys have to earn the right to fight for world championship. I don't subscribe to the Umars and the Shavkats. There's this hype behind them. These guys are undefeated and they're monsters, but they haven't walked through the UFC fire like you have, or like some of these other guys have. They have, like, you got to walk through that fucking fire in order to fight for the championship. You just have to. That's what makes the UFC great.
Can I just read your quote, your tweet? This is Belal to Kamaru. Dominated division. Laugh, laugh, laugh. You beat Masvidal twice and went to cardio kickboxing war with Colby twice. Colby sucks. You are protected by UFC. Now you can barely walk. Your podcast sucks, and your part in Black Panther sucked. Bro, why you gotta hit his attack his acting? You had to go there too?
10-7 round.
Damn.
Dude.
Damn.
Dude.
He went after everybody. He went after Masvidal, went after Colby. Now he goes after his acting.
I like this. You can barely walk, dude. Your podcast sucks. You're part of the Black Panther.
I mean, get personal, why don't you?
Savage. See, I would watch that fight. That's the fight. Like Shavkat, obviously style-wise, talented as all get out, has a huge fan base back there. But as far as like drawing attention for pay-per-views, you and Kamaru, it's already building now. take my money, dude. That thing sells itself.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there like, bro, don't tweet at me. Like, I'm gonna fire back, and I got stuff in the chamber. And he was like, you don't want to play this game with me, Kamaru. I was like, you want this fire, you're gonna get it. And the Black Panther part was the funniest part. I was like, man, I just keep reading it, I just keep laughing as I was like writing it out.
So funny, dude.
The podcast.
You seem like you're having such a good time, and you'd rather be nowhere else but the fight. And the other thing that I noticed when I was with you in Chicago was how you're not a big 170 pounder. You don't suck a lot of weight. It was the first thing I noticed. Like, you see a lot of guys, like if you're near, I was standing next to Neil Magny I was working out at high altitude, and Neil was just in his underwear and I'm in my underwear, and I'm like, I'm 170 and he's 6'4", 200 pounds.
He's thin though.
He's thin, but he's still way bigger. I go, how do you get down to 170? He goes, I can do it for about 15 seconds.
Yeah.
That's about it. And then I'm done. Whereas you, I don't know what you were weighing, probably 180, 185 or something when I was with you, but that's also pretty interesting to me that you just somehow seem to be so comfortable where you are, and you always have been. You're just having a good time. Like it doesn't seem like there's any psychological complications. You don't have to talk to yourself. You're not a head case. How do you deal with that? How do you do that?
Yeah, honestly, I just like love it. Just love it so much. And but like you said, my size is not the biggest. So like when I train, a lot of my training is to get better. I'm getting better everywhere. A lot of guys have a camp and they have to cut weight. They have to be depressed for 5 or 6 weeks. Mm-hmm. They're not getting better. It's like a weight cut camp. Yep. My camps are, all right, we're growing, we're getting better. Let's study our opponent, strategize. So everything's kind of like a boxing camp where the whole camp is focused on me. We're a small gym. So when I fight, the whole gym is, all right, we're all Leon Edwards for you. Like we don't even have a real southpaw at my gym. My boy Nacho, he had to switch to southpaw the whole camp.
Damn.
But he played Leon's role so good that I'm like, there's nothing that Leon's going to throw at me that I'm going to be afraid of or see. So I work so hard that I know that I didn't leave no stone unturned. So when I entered that cage, I'm like, I know I didn't cheat. I know I didn't cheat myself. Yeah. I didn't cheat the grind. And I'm the best version of myself. And I'm just going to walk through it because like there's nothing else for me to do.
So how much wrestling are you doing? Like, so are you splitting your camp between Chicago and then going over to Khabib's camp? Like, where were you training in Abu Dhabi with Khabib's school, or how did you do that?
So with this, when I got the fight, I was with Khabib when they were in New Jersey for Islam's fight for like 2 weeks.
Got it.
So they wanted me to go to Dagestan to do the camp there because it was close to London. But I'm like, it's an American time zone, and I'm going to be with my team since we started, because we all started together. So I'm like, I'm not going to leave my team unless all my guys are able to go to Dagestan. And some of them, they couldn't get visas. They got kids. So I'm like, you know what? We're going to stay in Chicago. We're going to do the whole camp here with the guys that got me here. So like, obviously I talked to Khabib. He tells me what he thinks about Leon, gives me his ideas. But like for this whole camp, most of it was, 90% of it was all in Chicago with the guys I started 15 years ago with.
Wow.
Yeah, they deserve the credit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I guess I'm so naive to this
because you hang off Dagestani nuts, right? Let's give the credit to Chicago, you piece of shit. His team he's been with since day one. He keeps going, well, Khabib came up with a game plan, right? He's the one that motivated you, is correct? Bilal's like, well, no, my team that I've been with for 15 fucking years did all the camp.
But there was,
shit. All he does is jack off Dagestani.
No, but there was, but when you see in that cage, against the cage, when you were doing that high crotch takedown, essentially, you're grabbing him, like you see that's Makhachev, that's Khabib in the clinch. I've only seen one other fighter, and that was Daniel Cormier do that to Josh Barnett. So
you haven't watched his fights then. He's been wrestling like that for fucking 10 years.
You have, but I feel like
you're trying to discredit Chicago, you piece of shit.
No, don't you think though that your camp with Khabib and them, I'm just saying.
Oh God, here we go.
Didn't it elevate your wrestling? What did it do to your wrestling in comparison to what it didn't? Because obviously you're going to figure your way out. Like I said, your fight IQ is so high, you find a way to win. You find those openings. But let's give a little credit to the Dagestani camp.
Give credit to a Chicago team.
Chicago team, yes. He always tells me I'm on the Dagestani nuts.
No, but honestly, that's everybody, right? Because even literally every question I had from the reporters in Abu Dhabi, so Khabib gave you the plan, right? And I'm like, no, I talked to him. And then every headline is, well, Khabib gave him the plan.
Of course.
And I'm just like,
because that's
you can say anything. Obviously, his name is so big, his aura is so big. But the best thing about it was even him, he retweeted something and he said, no, I was a small part of his camp. His team in Chicago deserves all the credit. And like I said to my coach was just like, like he didn't have to do that. And that's what I say with Khabib. He's like the most humble person in the world, like one of the best human beings, genuine human beings, because like he doesn't want credit for anything. He just wants to see you victorious. He just wants to see you win. And he doesn't need the credit. He doesn't need any of the hype or the glory. He's just like, I'm happy to see you happy.
Belal, what are you going to do if the UFC goes, hey, we want to see Makhachev at 70. We want a super fight, you and Makhachev. What are you going to do?
For me, I mean, I would never fight him. Like that would be my. Like we're so close and genuine. Like I would never fight him. I consider him like a brother right now, and I've learned so much from him.
I hear you. I would fight my brother for $15 million. I'd fight my mom.
Brendan will broker the deal for 10%.
I could see it happening. I got to be honest.
Yeah, I think a lot of people could, because you know why? The big elephant in the room, and I've been thinking about this too, is that you've got, Usman is there, Nurmagomedov, who's a killer 55er. He could cause some problems in UFC at 55 eventually. I think a lot of people know that.
We're talking about 70 though.
I'm saying then Makhachev would go to 70. I mean, there would be that opening, but I know that you complicate things majorly now because, one of his teammates is at 70, so, and friends.
Yeah, but when you look at my resume, like I've had to beat so many ranked guys to get this title shot. Like I got probably like 1 or 2 fights at 70, and I have a chance to move up.
Oh,
like,
damn.
Because I already beat Gilbert Burns, Luke A, Wonderboy. And it's like, all right, if I beat Shavkat next.
Guys, yeah.
Yeah, there's like 1 or 2 more younger guys that I have to fight. But I've already fought like 6 top 10 guys already. So it's basically like I've been a champion already.
Damn.
And
so you would entertain going to 85.
But hold on. So you're telling me there's nothing the UFC could offer you that you would fight Islam? Nothing.
I don't think so. Like for me, it's more so about like the respect and what they've done for me that I would never want to like tarnish that, right? Like it's more about loyalty to me than anything.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Well, I personally hope they say to you, here's $15 million, and then you call your brother Islam and go, hey, bro, money's money. Let's bang this out, and we'll hug afterwards.
Oh, no, he'll find out, and they'll go, Islam accepted. That's how it happened.
Yeah. It's like, what?
Islam said he's down for 15, so let's figure it out.
It's money, man.
You know what it is? You know what it is, Belal? It's a good problem to have. Like, even these conversations are a good problem to have.
Yes.
Because this time last year,
that's what I tell people now. Like,
shot.
All these guys are speaking my name now, right? Like Usman, Volkanovski, all these guys now, they know my name. Before, none of them knew my name. None of them wanted to respond to me when I was calling them out. So now it's just funny that now they're all like speaking it. They're all
you're the hunted.
They're all like
you're the hunted.
Yelling. I'm like, cool, let's go.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You're also the beloved, though. I'm sure your reception in Abu Dhabi and everywhere else has been crazy. Because
oh man, going to Abu Dhabi was epic. Just to get the love from them, and just because we went straight there from Manchester, and even in Manchester, we had like one of the busiest.
Did you see the video? Him in Manchester,
the
streets were wild.
You're like a rock star. It was out of control. Out of control.
It literally felt like a movie. I'm like, bro, this is wild. I'm like, this is what happens when you win a belt.
Well, bro, we were running stairs. We're running stairs, and he in Chicago, and Arabic guys are coming up talking Arabic to him and kissing him on the cheek. They're giving you're getting kissed by strangers. Because they're just like, they're like, and Belal's Arabic is, he's American. And he's like, he's trying her out. It was great. It's great.
Yeah, no, it's now that I had the belt, now everybody's my cousin, everybody's a family member. They're all coming out of the woodworks.
So for you, is it is there any sense of urgency to get back in there before the end of the year? Do you want to take some time? Like, what's your plan?
I mean, honestly, December would be like the perfect amount of time. That last literally stupid elbow that I caught on the nose, it's like a little fracture, but it should be good within like 3 or 4 weeks. So I think for me, I'd like to stay active. So if they have something in December, I know McGregor's supposed to fight in December, but I doubt he ever fights. So if they need that main event for December, I'll be stepping up for sure.
That'd be great.
Maybe McGregor wants a piece of you.
Bring it.
Yeah, bro. He needs to get off the cocaine and alcohol first, and then get back in the gym. We'll see.
Rumors. Hey, listen, I don't know. I've just heard rumors. I thought he was training. Who knows?
It was rumors, and then we saw the white powder all over his nose. They're like, these rumors may be true.
Yeah, there was that. I always say there was that energy that dogs bark at. Like he's twitching and moving around. It's like, what the fuck's going on here?
That boy's on some. Yeah.
Right. Like, is he wounded? What's he doing? Why is he moving like that?
Dude, there's something going on with his jaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was training. I got caught. I got to wear my mouthpiece more often.
Yeah,
You know?
I hope he fights, man.
I know.
I hope he fights.
How's your weight right now? You staying good, or you celebrating a little bit?
No, we're like, we've been doing nothing but eating. That's why I had to go back to the gym today. I'm like, bro, I feel so fat. I just been on the road. I need a sweat. So I just got a good sweat in right now. So it feels good.
Yeah, I'm still digesting the food your mom made. That was so amazing. That was like a feast.
You got to come back down. You got to come back down, both of you guys.
Yeah, I'd be down.
Absolutely.
Is there any purchase you're gonna make to celebrate this world championship? Is there anything? I mean, I saw the Lambo, which I appreciate.
That was just a rental. People are like telling me, bro, you need to get a new car because I got a Jeep Cherokee. That's 2019, but I ain't got no payments on it. So I'm like, bro, I don't got to do nothing. I don't got no payment. I don't want no car payment right now.
Smart. Don't spend your money on bullshit. Save your money, put it into compound interest. Like a sensible portfolio. I can help you with that. I know somebody.
You got to do something, though. You got to do something to celebrate. We got to stop and smell the flowers a little bit.
Little bit.
Nah, I'll go on a vacation more than anything, but I'm not like flashy at all. So I'm not that type of guy that cares about anything. As long as my family's good, my mom is good, that's all I care about. Like if I'd be able to buy them anything she wants, I'm happy.
Yep.
I loved seeing you dance with your mom, bro. That was
like my favorite part. That was the hardest part. Cause my whole family came to the fight, but my mom didn't want to come. She's like, I'm staying in Chicago. So to be able to see her like a week after was like the best part of the whole thing.
That was so incredible.
That's great, brother. Well, we're proud of you here, man.
We've always been in your corner.
Yeah, nobody deserves it more, brother. I'm excited what comes, and you're finally getting the flowers you deserve, man. All the hard work, and Brian's going to give it to the Dagestanians, but I'm not.
No, I give it to the Belal Chicago camp. It's a small, dangerous camp, bro. And especially your boy who fought southpaw for you, which, by the way, it's not the same as fighting a natural southpaw, because if you got to fight southpaw, you got your boy who's usually orthodox, now he's fighting southpaw. That's not really a good substitute for Leon Edwards, who's a natural southpaw.
Clearly, it's a good substitute. It
worked.
Yeah. What are you going to say? How are you going to say it's not a good substitute?
It's true. It worked.
He's fighting at the Sphere. Dude, he's the best striker in the UFC. You guys are gonna see it. He's had a couple of like spinning heel kick knockouts in the UFC. He's a good beast. Make sure you're gonna remember the name, Nacho Muhammad.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you, brother.
You're the best, Belal.
Thank you guys, man. Appreciate you guys.
So happy for you. So happy for you.
Can't wait for the next fight, man.
Yep.
Kamaru Shavkat. Go Kamaru Shavkat.
Damn. You heard it here first. All right, brother. We got you always.
Later, big dog.
Thanks so much, man. You're the best.
Peace.
So another break, B. Because most
break.
of us, especially when I was a kid, but even now I'm getting back into it because my kids are into it. We like collecting cards, and the idea of spending $2,000 or more on a freaking Patrick Mahomes rookie card or Ohtani, dude, just isn't in the cards.
What about slab packs? Isn't that thing arenaclub.com?
Yeah, dude.
Where you can score gym mints for a fraction of their retail price?
Yep. Every card that I listed was a hit from last week's Arena Club slab pack drop. Arena Club is the only repack that provides real value, a complete view of all possible cards, and a clear hit rates for each one. Arena Club slap packs are revolutionizing the repack game with the transparency. After your pulls are revealed, they'll immediately be placed in your showroom for safekeeping, selling, trading, or auction off.
See, the Arena Club grading process apparently is accurate, fast, transparent, with a full grade rationale provided an explanation of how your card was scored. So whether you're buying, selling, trading, or displaying, Arena Club is the card collecting platform you should check out.
And right now you get 10% off your first slab pack or card purchase by going to arenaclub.com/fighter. That's arenaclub.com/fighter for 10% off your first purchase.
Okay, listen, guys. Let's talk a little bit about hymns and about your hair.
Dude, no dude wants to lose his hair. And for men, it's super common, man. But now with Hims, the solution is freaking simple. Try Hims Hair Loss Solutions. I wish Brian did this years ago.
Well, you don't have to go. See, here's the thing. When you go for your hair loss, you have to go to a doctor. They give you a consult and all that. Hims takes all of that out. You basically take a picture of your hair, your head. I've done this. You basically take a picture of your hairline. You send it into a doctor. Man. The doctor looks at it, and then you get your prescription, and your pills come in a very sort of discreet package, so people don't see that you're taking hair pills.
Yeah, they're not going to make fun of you. Right. And it starts growing 3 to 6 months, dude. Yes. That's crazy.
Yep.
Hims makes treating hair loss simple with a doctor-trusted treatment options, clinically proven ingredients like finasteride, and all sorts of stuff that can regrow your hair in as little as 3 to 6 months.
They've also got personalized chewable, oral, spray, serum treatment options, all kinds of
Dude,
stuff.
process is simple. It's 100% online. So start your free online visit today at hims.com/fighter. That's HIMS.com/fighter for your personal hair loss treatment options. hims.com/fighter.
Results vary based on studies of topical and oral minoxidil. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Belal Muhammad,
The champ,
fantastic.
one of our faves.
Yes, really great. Such a
He's
good
been our boy for a hot second.
Yeah, and he's just remarkably uncomplicated. He's like you want to talk about the people's champ. He's just like regular dude who just has not changed even a little bit. Probably texting from, FaceTiming from one of the rooms in his house.
Well, where else would you?
I don't know.
FaceTime from?
Figure
You're weird about that stuff, huh? You thought he'd call from like a
mansion.
gold castle
His gold
or something?
castle.
Oh, you think winning the championship,
you get gold.
castles?
Well, don't you leave with a huge chest of
He won't
gold
make.
bars?
He won't make the way it's set up contractually. He won't make real money to defend the belt. Then he gets pay-per-view.
That's just the way it
percentage. Yeah,
bonus, but not really.
they didn't give him a bonus.
No.
No.
You don't get anything for winning?
No. Dana gave bonuses to other people. He didn't even get the performance of the night bonus. He didn't like the fight. That's how it goes. That's the game, you know? And then he has a point, though. Like, he's kind of cleared out the division, so there's not a ton of options for him. You have Shavkat, who I think they're going to give him next in December. Kamaru Usman's there. They're going to give him Kamaru if they want Belal to defend the belt because he'd be a favorite over Kamaru. I doubt the UFC does it, man.
Really? You think they give him Shavkat?
Yes, the UFC wants Shavkat as champ.
They do.
Yep. He's massive. He's like the next thing, you know?
So you think they, wow.
It's a cruel game.
Yeah. 85, that's a whole different game. Much bigger boys.
85's tough.
Big boys. You know,
He'd be massively undersized at 85.
massively undersized.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the champ, Dricus, who's massive, dude.
Very big. Now,
Izzy's big.
Calvin Gastelum, who gave Izzy fits. You know, there are some.
Oh, you're talking about 7 years ago, Brian?
I'm talking about 7
How's
years.
Kelvin doing now? What's his last
he's
win?
A little older, and but
Even when he's young, what was his last win?
I think he won the one before this last one, didn't he? Actually, let's look at it.
Go ahead. Here's what's crazy, though. Your argument for him going to 85 is Kelvin Gastelum.
There you go. He just won. He beat Daniel Rodriguez. That's right.
You're talking about the fact he missed weight?
Yeah.
Yep.
You saw it, though. It's,
Yep.
good job. Won Chris Curtis. Lost to Sean Brady. Okay.
So he's lost.
Yeah. Spotty.
He's lost
Spotty.
3 out of his
Spotty.
last 5.
Spotty.
It's weird to make that comparison of Belal, who's won
I'm just
11
saying an
in a row.
undersized 85er.
Wasn't successful at 85.
Right.
Wasn't
Right.
champ.
Right.
So to go out, Kelvin Gastelum did. You're like,
Well, I was just thinking about
one guy's already a
I was just
champ.
thinking about the problems he caused Izzy for 4 rounds.
Sure.
Yeah.
And lost.
Yeah. But Belal put his hands on your face, but I think 85 it's a different game, different animal.
85's tough, especially now. I mean, Robert Whitaker,
Yeah.
Imavov, Cannonier used to fight at heavyweight, Vittori, Brendan Allen, Paulo Costa.
Very, very rugged, strong, big men.
You got Hamzat there.
Oof.
Big
Yeah.
boys.
Big boys.
Not saying Belal can't do it.
Yep.
But as far as level of difficulty,
game.
I would stay at welterweight.
Yeah.
I sure as fuck wouldn't leave because Makhachev wants to come to 70.
No. You stay there. stay there.
Makhachev at 70 is going to be a problem.
Makhachev at 70 is going to be a big problem.
Makhachev and Shavkat's a fucking fight.
Oof.
I bet you get that next year.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
If he were to get past Belal.
Yeah.
Then if Belal were to lose and either change weight classes or whatever he does, if he were to lose, I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying if he were to lose, and he would be an underdog against Shavkat. If he were to lose, then Makhachev comes up to 70. You get Makhachev, Shavkat.
Yikes. Makhachev avenges his teammate, or his brother.
That's a freaking fight, bro.
Yeesh.
We know who you're going for.
What?
We know who you're going for.
Come on, dude. Come on. Even though Hildebrandt, another American, won a gold in freestyle wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just saying.
Yeah.
Americans doing all right.
We dominate, dude.
Okay.
Dominate.
Yeah. I'm right here.
It's crazy. Bilal's on there. Dude, you know how hard it is to come from a small camp and win a world championship? You go, but really, Khabib, let's give all credit to the Dagestanians. Even he was like, no.
Can I be honest with you?
Even he goes, no.
Can I be honest with you? I truly believed that Belal, because of how we were talking before about his experience wrestling, it was kind of new with those guys. I thought Belal was squarely in Khabib's camp all the time.
There's a name for that. You know what we call it?
And what's that?
Casuals.
Casuals.
Yeah, it's the same thing with the media, like your question, like Khabib, right? Like that's the headline. Khabib helped Belal win. The media, like all, because you have Khabib, Belal, like Khabib's gonna get clicks.
It's more that I always think of like their wrestling as this combination of Sambo, Greco, Russian, and when these folk wrestlers see it, it's very different. They don't know what to do with the chain wrestling. No. You know, it's like the Marab stuff. And then I'm watching it, I'm like, it looks like they're beating a lot of guys because they've not seen these transitions before. They can't keep up.
Yeah,
right?
that's not true.
And then somebody said, I think it was Sean who said, it's just more the pace. It's not that they haven't seen it. It's the pace.
They've seen it, especially if they've wrestled. Yeah, they've seen it. You keep saying Marab, and he's not Dagestanian, bub.
I think he is.
No.
Georgian.
He's Georgian.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's never trained with it. You know, that's not his thing. Take a little mental mind, and maybe that'll free up your mind to get off the Dagestani nuts.
Get my mental performance shot, get a little and get in the flow of things.
Hopefully get your mind right so you can start giving some credit to the camp in Chicago and Americans.
Camp in Chicago. Well, maybe because you take 2 magic minds. You sneak them. Sometimes
yeah, maybe
3.
that's why I'm more clear.
Yeah. I see you sneaking them.
Yeah, but for Bilal's team, a small camp in Chicago become world champ is wild, dude. Because everyone's from these super camps.
Yeah.
Everyone's at a super camp, and he stayed there
That's
and did
crazy.
it. Crazy.
That's crazy.
All the champs are at ATT.
You could say the same thing about
Jersey.
Stipe for a long time, right? He was in that small camp in Ohio, being a firefighter.
In Cleveland, yeah. You could say about Stipe, yeah.
Yeah.
There's not many
It's
guys.
not like American Top Team. You go there and it's just like, you know, a giant.
AKA American Top
You're
Team.
getting all these
Greg
looks.
Jackson's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even Grudge, like TKOs, like it's these super camps.
Yeah. What do you attribute it to? Just great people
Hard work.
in that small camp.
Yeah, and the focus is on Belal. Mm-hmm. Like at those super camps, it's tough to
You don't
spread.
get as much time.
No.
And I always also thought that a camp like Jackson's, everybody's trading their secrets. Everybody's teaching them what you're doing wrong. So John Jones would be like, don't do that. You should be doing this. I mean,
No.
You're not doing that.
No.
It's a very individualistic thing.
Big time.
Wow.
Which creates problems.
It creates a lot of problems,
Yeah, 'cause
right?
you got a fight coming up, but then they're focused on this guy because they might be getting a bigger cut of his purse. Like it's super camps are problems.
You told me, I remember one time you trained with a very famous fighter, all you guys, and he had a blinding flaw, which was you could double leg the shit out of him, and everybody was.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody told him really that was a vulnerability. Like nobody really told him. Nobody was like, hey, you might want to start working on your sprawl because we're all going to fucking dig, right? But I was so surprised by that. I was surprised that you wouldn't just be like, hey, dude, there's a blind opening here.
Yeah, I mean, it's not our job.
It's not your job.
Especially if he
Your
can't-
job is going to beat the fuck out of him,
Yeah,
basically.
that's what's making him better. And if he doesn't go, man, I keep getting taken down by a double leg. It's like that's on you, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Belal did it, man.
He did it.
The whole not fight like my brother, not your brother. The thing is a fight between him and Makhachev it's a super fight.
Yeah.
And that amount of money will change your life forever.
Yeah.
So for Marab and Aljo, a little different because they came up together. They're literally straight up training partners. Belal obviously goes over there and gets some tips and stuff, but his camp's in Chicago. He's a Chicago boy.
Yeah.
A little surprised. I get that. He's your brother and the whole Muslim thing. I get all that. You got to fight him.
You got to fight him,
And
especially.
here's the thing. And I didn't want to say this to his face. You know, I'm not disrespectful. You won't have a choice.
with the UFC.
No.
Nobody has a choice at the end of the day.
You do. You can say no.
But then you're gonna get
It's going to get
punished.
very difficult. Not even punished. Let's go, well, that's what we want to do. Well, no. Okay. And then here's Shavkat, and we'll do Shavkat Makhachev. Hopefully Shavkat wins, you know? So somebody's going to get that money.
Somebody's going to get that money.
Yeah, and you're talking about life-changing money.
Yeah, I think that you're always going to be respectful to the people that you came up with or helped you or that you really care about or that your teammates or whatever. But when that check comes, when they say, hey, when your agent says, hey, dude, it's $5 million.
Yeah, like me and Carwin, obviously he got there before me, but I remember, and then I was on like a 5-fight winning streak, whatever it was, and I was top 10 in the rankings, and he goes, dude, what are we going to do if we have to fight each other? And I go, what do you think? He goes, the only way we fight each other is if I'm champ and they ask you and they give you a title shot. He goes, you have to do it. It'll set you up for life. He goes, we're brothers and we came up together, but that's life changing. And the only thing more important than our relationship is your family. He's like, and that will change the trajectory of your family forever. He goes, we'd fight for the belt.
100%.
100%.
We're in the business of getting the job. Frankly, if there's a life-changing part, and you and I have been actors, and I've gone through this many times, where I know somebody who's a great person, you think I'm not going to audition for it and try to do everything I can to get that part?
Of course.
Over you?
Of course.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Nah, he's auditioning for it. I can't. You're reading that script. I can't.
I turned down Batman because Brian's not Robin.
Yeah.
What?
I'm going to do whatever I can to beat you, and you're going to hug me afterwards and say, congratulations. That's the way it is. I've never...
And the UFC,
you got in this business to fight.
And the UFC does not... They don't
play that game.
No, dude. Like you look at Aljo and Merab, like they put Merab through some shit. I'll never fight my brother. Okay.
Yeah. Well, the Diaz brothers were very much like that.
Different weight classes.
Yeah, they were. You're
talking about brothers. Yeah. You're talking about two different things.
No, I'm talking about like they would never fight. So Nick would never fight Jake. Nate would never fight Gilbert. It was all they were all in that team together. So they were the first guys I think who said that. Nick Diaz was kind of like the first guy. Jake were the first guys back in the day, but now.
Yeah, the only ones I know, the only ones I knew that actually had the shot to do it and didn't do it is in boxing was the Klitschko brothers because they promised their mom when they started boxing they'd never fight each other. And they're both heavyweights. They're the only ones that are actually like, nope, never happening. Boxing's a little different. The UFC, man, if that's their idea and that's what they want to do, you look at Aljo Merab, bud, you better do it. I know it's your brother. Really, you gonna talk to him in 5 years? When you guys stop training, you can talk to him?
So, when Charles Darwin came up with his theory of evolution, Alfred Wallace had the same theory. And they both came up with the theory together. I mean, separately. And they had a gentleman's agreement. They made a gentleman's agreement. Lord Alfred Wallace said, I will take a back seat. You go and present this to
Why
the
did he
Royal
do that?
Academy of Sciences. It was the way the British were. They would be very gauche as a British person to say, I'm going to take this, his life's work. So all of us know Charles Darwin. None of us really know Alfred Wallace.
First time I ever heard of him.
Yeah.
He fucked up.
That's right.
He fucked up.
That's right.
Sure, Darwin is respectful and stuff like that, but Darwin's set for life.
There are a lot of examples of that.
Yeah.
A lot of examples.
And in fighting, dude, your window for opportunity to make life-changing money is so small.
Tiny.
So small.
Yeah.
And if they come to you, now, if it's, hey, why don't you fight Makhachev for the same contract? No, I'm not doing that. Well, what would you do it for? This much. And they say yes, you fight for that much.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to. It's never going to come around again. It's never going to come around. And not only is it not going to come around again, all of a sudden those appearances start drying up. All of a sudden the marketing starts drying up because they're going to get you out of there.
It's just business.
Yeah.
It's just
the fight business.
It's a business.
It sucks. I'm with you. I wouldn't want to fight my friend.
But it's all just business. I can't remember. There was a manager I know, and she a long time ago, and she had a client, and she was friends with a head studio guy.
Studio executive.
And if she had gotten her client in there, it would have been, the commission she would have made was like, literally, $500,000 meant a lot of money for her. And it would also put her in this new stratosphere. And this guy was somebody she'd come up with, and he was amazing. And they were super tight. So of course he's going to give that. And then he went with the other actor. And he went with the other actor for 1,000 other reasons. They were the same, but it was just a lot of reasons. And she called him and said, you literally, you were the one, and you stabbed me in the back. And he looked at her and he said, wait a minute, hold it. No, I didn't. It's fucking business.
I did my job.
It's business.
I did my job.
Yeah. And that's the way. And if you have a problem with that, you're in the wrong business.
Yep. It's cutthroat.
It's not personal.
I know.
It's what I got to do. You know,
because my question for Belal is like, is Makhachev going to cover your mortgage? You have kids? Is he going to cover some of that stuff?
Every time.
Because if he's helping cover that, all right, different story. Does he do any of that? He gives you some tips here and there? Nah, fuck that.
Life is long, bro.
Life's really long.
Life's long. That's all idealistic.
And you're playing a different game where it can affect your health. You got to make as much money as possible, man.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I know that both of you in the event would help cover each other's mortgage, but I also
We already have. We've always helped each other.
Yeah.
But
if
I've
I
already
offered
done
you
that.
$15 million to fight him,
I'd rip Brian's teeth out.
100%.
yeah. And I'm going to do everything. And I'm going to do shit that he hasn't seen.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a lot of talk and there's a lot of bullshit. And at $50 million online with my anger, I'm going to punch you right in
And
your
Brian's
fucking
going to,
nose.
as soon as he gets word, he's going to fly you to Dagestan and learn those ways.
And I really am, by the way. And I really am.
I know.
And I know you do your stupid snap down, that bullshit.
The American stuff.
You do this bullshit.
Talking about
You
the
snap
American
down
stuff?
and you do this bullshit.
Yep.
And I'm telling you right now, that ain't working on me. And
Especially when you come back from
better hope it
Dagestan.
does work on me. You better hope it does, because I'm going to punch you right in your fucking grill, and I'm
Good.
going to keep punching you.
Good.
How's that sound?
Good.
Yeah. 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 I'm going to do all that.
You know,
and then I'm going
quick
to drug
question.
test you, and I'm going to strip your fucking belt away, and I'm
Okay.
going to get that fucking purse.
Wins a win.
Because I'm coming in there fucking natural. I'm kidding. No, I'm not. I'm sauced to the fucking gills.
Hell yeah. It's about
Yeah.
time, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to get sauced to the fucking gills.
Let's take another break, dude, because this episode of Belal Muhammad, the champ, is brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts, in the business of keeping your car on the road. O'Reilly Auto Parts offers friendly, helpful service and parts knowledge you'll need for all your maintenance and repairs. I have a 20-year-old Ford F-150 Lightning. I'm at O'Reilly all the time. The thing is a piece of junk, but I'm getting there with the help of O'Reilly.
They got
whether you're
thousands of parts, accessories, and stock, everything in the
they
store,
got it all,
online.
man. Or
Yep.
they have it in the back. If they don't have it, order it. You show up
You can
the
get a
next
quick
day.
service. You can fix your brake light,
Whatever you
whatever
need.
it is.
So whether you're a car expert or a rookie, you'll find the employees at O'Reilly Auto Parts are super helpful. Best of all, they're friendly. The professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts are your one-stop shop for all things auto do-it-yourself. And you can find what you need in store or online. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today. Visit them at O'ReillyAuto.com/fighter. That's O'ReillyAuto.com/fighter. This episode of Fighting Kids is also brought to you by Progressive. We talk about insurance, man. Insurance. And it's so easy to get good rates on your insurance. You just got to use Progressive.
Well, they
right.
have this thing. You can call the shots on your auto insurance. Enter the name your price tool from Progressive. The name your price tool puts you in charge of your auto insurance by working just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for your car insurance, and they'll show you a variety of coverages that fit within your budget, giving you options.
Get a quote today, all right? Get a quote today at Progressive.com to try the Name Your Price tool for yourself. Join the 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Progressive Insurance. Now, quick question. If you're going to go to Dagestan, is that camp still there or did they shut that down?
I didn't say I was going to Dagestan. Okay.
I assumed you were.
No.
To
I'm
suck
going to go
cock.
find Fedor Emelianenko.
I thought you were going to go down there to guzzle Daggy cum.
No, I don't do that.
Right?
I don't do that. I'm going to find Fedor Emelianenko, and I'm going to study the
At
ancient technique
60
of
years
Sambo.
old? Please do that.
Yeah. 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 And then I'm going to go to Yair Rodriguez's camp, and I'm going to go, hey, I got to brush up on my Taekwondo,
Teach me the ways.
and I'm going to wheel kick your fucking ear off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, here's what's going to happen.
What?
You're going to go to Dagestan and jump in that tub, that the picture that they're all in. You jump in the tub and you have a positive attitude, and you're not going to train, right? Because you can't fucking fight, right? So what you're going to do? No, you can't fight, right?
What?
So it's a complete waste of time. So you're
You
going to,
throw me in there?
yeah, you're in
Dude, be cool, man. That's a fucking small tub. There's not even any room for me.
No, we'll make room.
Do I get
for
to
you.
wear shorts at least?
No, so you're naked.
What?
And you're going to have a positive attitude.
I don't want to be naked in that group, dude. Those guys are all wrestlers.
I know. And what you're going to do is you're going to entertain the boys in the sauna.
What?
And you have to stay after each one.
It's
right?
so hot in there, dude.
Yeah, and then you got to relieve them of whatever tension they have. That's
Give me a massage?
and that's Dagestan. And then you take a plane from there. Khabib will cover it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You take a plane from Dagestan to Russia, right?
Bro,
now you're in Russia.
No,
Not,
those
not
guys
a far
are
flight.
big, man. Those guys are heavyweights.
I know, but you like Fedor. So you're going to think you're meeting with Fedor.
Yeah.
Now you're going to meet his brother.
His brother's like fucking half a criminal.
Yeah, who went to prison.
With all
right?
those tattoos and that big white belly.
He might still be in prison. Either way, you're
Oh,
going
bring
to
up his brother for a second.
Either show the back tattoo, and ask what he went to prison for.
Oh,
so
God.
you're going to go.
Oh, God, dude.
Yeah.
God, I mean, he's kind of handsome, but Jesus Christ, that beard.
Oh.
No one in the world is going to say he's handsome, right? So
No, he's, oh, Jesus Christ.
Come on.
What do I got to do with that guy? I don't want, that's not my type at all, dude.
what do you think you're going to do?
It's not my type, dude. Look at that beard. I'm not, oh, Jesus, dude, please. I mean, maybe I could rub him down in oil, but that's it.
I mean, the only reason you're there is for his prison days.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Again, you're gonna be the comedy relief, and you're gonna guzzle his big Russian cock,
I don't want to do that, dude.
and then you're gonna fly back here.
Yeah.
And we'll drive you down to Mexico for Yair's camp, right? You're gonna be tired.
I'll be
You're
tired.
tired because you did work in Dagestan.
I did a lot of work in
Cut a
Dagestan.
lot of
I'm
weight.
probably in diapers at this point.
If that.
You know what I mean?
At this point.
Because
Yeah.
I got some leakage.
You're gonna be tired. You're Dagestan, then you're in Russia, your mouth is all ashy, right? And so
Ashy.
then yeah, dude, your mouth is
Fucking
worn the
ashy,
fuck
dude.
out. Yeah.
What do I got? Stretch marks in the corners of my mouth?
No, your lips are all just chapped and cracked. Right?
stretch mouth.
The Russians ran a hard train on your stupid ass.
Jesus Christ. But I just came from Dagestan. I had to sit in that fucking bathtub. There's no room for me.
Right? They made room, and then you're in Russia, and it's just exhausting, just skull fucked, right? And so then you're going from what? And then what?
Checking to make sure I'm airtight.
No, they don't care. Whatever works, dude. American. And then you're gonna go from Russia, and we'll drive you to Mexico.
God, dude.
And dude, we need a positive attitude.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because get ready.
What?
Get ready.
Mexico, too. I've hit every corner of the globe, dude.
That's your camp.
And I get a break. Can he fly me first class at least?
No, we're driving you.
We're driving me?
In
It's a bumpy fucking ride,
Yeah,
dude.
in a
I
Gen
gotta-
2 F-150.
How am I going to sit in that fucking car?
We'll figure it out. And
I'll be
you're,
on my hands and knees.
no, you'll sit like a regular human being, but you're gonna have a positive attitude. And then we're gonna get you to Mexico and Yair's camp. They're not gonna do much with you because they don't subscribe to it. But you need to make money for the camp.
Yeah.
So we're gonna put you in a donkey show.
Oh.
And that's how your
That's-
camp ends,
That's how my camp ends.
at a donkey show.
Oh, God. Like Mr. Hands and I'm done.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Still want to do the fight?
Man, no, I don't. I'm not in the fight anymore.
All right.
How does that prepare me for the fight with you? It just teaches me how to take punishment.
No. Because of complete waste of time.
Oh, is that what? I may as well do that, in other words. So training isn't, I may as well do the other.
You might as well make yourself useful, is what I'm saying.
Right.
Because fighting, you're not going to give them much of a fight.
No.
You might as well go to Dagestan, Russia, and juggle. All right?
Dude, the thing about me is I'm a dog and I find a way.
I know,
You
and that's
what
what
mean?
I
And
know.
dig
That's why you're
deep.
there for the boys. You're a dog.
but I
you can
think
take a
I'm-
lot of pain.
I use
there for the
everything
boys.
I got, everything I know. My elbows are in. Back. You haven't done any sparring.
Nope, don't need to.
You've done no fucking sparring.
Like riding a bike.
You've done no striking.
Don't need to.
So you're going to shoot a double on me, probably.
Don't need to.
Yeah. You're going to stand and bang with me?
Literally, you pick.
Stand and bang with me.
Or you pick. Literally, whatever you want.
Because I'm not in front of you.
Yep.
I'm off the center line, off center line, off center line, off center
Yeah.
line. Off center line, off center line, off center line, off center line.
Sure, man.
Bang.
You're there for the boys. You're there for the boys.
Yeah.
It's your only contribution to any camp. You stinkers.
You little stinker. Mm-hmm. You little.
Run it by him. Let me know how it goes.
Oh, there's. You'll see it just a dot. That's it. Because I'll have my sniper team take him out. Right there. Sorry.
That's it, dude.
You watching any of the Olympics?
Nope.
Nope.
Is that it, Chin?
Here's one thing,
Yeah.
because it's not a current event, but
It's all right.
I saw an article about Jeff Bezos. If he spent $1 million a day, how long would it take him to spend all his money? Do you guys have a guess?
I bet you. I bet I can
$1 million
guess.
a
A
day.
day.
Let's do the math here.
It's in the years, obviously. So
Of course. How many billions do they have? Like
So hold
300?
on.
I don't know.
So it's $365 million. He's making that an interest. He would never, ever run out of money. because he's probably in compound interest if you look at the money he has in the bank.
Man, shut up. Man, shut up.
Just
We're not
imagine-
talking about interest, dude. We're just talking about him running out of money,
just his
nerd.
money, just his money.
32.
She says 32
Hold
years.
on. So $1 billion is 1,000 million. Okay, it's so 1,000 days.
Just
okay?
365 million.
That's 3 years. It would take to spend $1 billion. How many billions does he have?
200
I
something.
don't think we should. That's not.
He can't spend that in his lifetime. He couldn't if he spent $1 million a day. God, that'd
So
be
181.5 billion.
So he would not spend it in his life.
There's a certain amount. There's an amount of years that actually.
Yeah, well, so 3 divide that by, so it's 181. So it would take 181 times 3, right?
Okay.
So $1 billion every 3 years. Okay, so it'd be $1 billion. So
it'd be 181 divided by 3.
Times
Not times.
Yeah, because
Divided.
it takes 3 years to spend $1 billion. If you're spending $1 million a day, it takes 3 years, just roughly, to spend $1 billion. Okay, so now you've got
once you go
181 to spend.
181 billion divided by 3.
Times 3.
Well, but if you divide it by 3.
Watch, follow me. If it takes 3 years to spend $1 billion, if he's spending $1 million a day, okay, he's got $181 billion. So it would take, it's 181 times 3, 181.5 times 3. That's
for it.
That's the number.
Check it out.
Watch.
Yeah, he can't spend enough money. Still can't fix his girl's eye though, huh?
His girls or his?
It would take 544 years.
Close. It was like 477 in the article.
Yeah, but it's really if that's the number, I'm going by that
But
number.
that's
It's
insane to think,
Yeah.
right?
$544
million a day.
years to spend all his money.
$1 million a day.
And
That's not including all the interest he's making.
I know.
You'd never be
Well,
able
we're not calculating that.
Yeah, we could never be able to calculate.
You know, it's so stupid, right?
Like we stopped.
Yeah, that's not a fun conversation. Elon's at 223 billion.
Oh, Elon is more than.
Yeah, Elon's number one. They like go back and forth depending on like the stock and the value.
Yeah, 252 billion. God, that's
God,
annoying.
dog.
How much?
And he
do you
doesn't
have?
own
How
a
much does he
house.
have?
252.
Jesus.
B, let's take another freaking break, dude. We gotta
Another
keep the
break.
lights on, man. How do you
Yeah.
think we flew Belal in from Chicago? Oh, we didn't. He zoomed. All good.
But this is important.
Talk to me about your wiener, dude.
Look, dude, Joy
Your
Mode
wiener is looking
Joy Mode is
lumpy.
a sexual performance booster. It's a pre-workout for sex. It's natural. It's science-backed. It's a sexual wellness product for your dong.
Yeah,
It's
don't
you take
use
a
the gas
packet.
station pills.
No.
Don't use prescription drugs. They have all those nasty side effects.
Yeah, it's got compounds that promote blood flow to the penis.
Joy Mode's
basically.
easy. You just tear open the pack, you put in water 45 minutes, 4 hours prior to the sex going down, and you'll notice a big difference in firmness. I got you, man. So if you're ready to spice things up in the bedroom and boost your sex game and do it naturally without all the nasty prescription drugs or gas station pills, boy, do we have an offer for you. Go to usejoymode.com/fighter, enter the code FIGHTER at checkout. You get 20% off your first order. That's usejoymode.com/fighter for 20% off your first order. Thanks, Joy Mode.
Poor Elon though. His daughter's coming at him hard right now. You know he's got 12 kids.
Oh, yeah.
12.
Yeah. His daughter's still coming at him.
Oh yeah. Now he's saying
Son/daughter.
he's the biggest like adulterer in the world.
What if he mutes her on...
Can
X,
you imagine?
he just suppresses her post?
Yeah. Listen, man. He may have all that money, but doesn't mean he doesn't have a lot of problems.
Amen.
Oh, yeah.
I think what I thought was so interesting is a lot of people think they'd like to be me. My brain's a storm, and I don't think
Yeah,
they
it's a
would wanna be
curse.
me.
Yeah, granted, he does great stuff, but
Sure.
yeah, it's a curse.
He's a visionary. He takes huge risk, but it's always dealing with stuff. And
I feel like you always have to watch your back, right? Like,
Oh, he needs strict security.
so that's what I was going to ask. Like,
Death threat.
When I
Death,
worked-
death threats every day.
Yeah.
yeah, I worked for the Anaheim Ducks. The Samuelis, the owners, whenever they would come and go, they'd have like Israeli security
Oh,
with
yeah.
them all the time.
Yeah.
I assume
Oh yeah.
same
Oh, yeah.
situation.
Everywhere.
right?
It's
Yeah.
also though. I think part of it is also that's a cost of doing business. You have people who do that. You start to forget about that. I think more importantly, it's the feeling that I have this opportunity. I have all this money. I have to make the world a better place somehow. What do I
Yep.
do?
It's true.
That's a constant, I think, something that looms over your head. My responsibility is my children, you know, and I get time with my friends and stuff. But the lack of anonymity, no matter where you go, it's got to be insane. It's got to be.
And his kids probably need full-time security too, because that's the quickest way to get to him.
That's right.
He takes one of his children. He's going to pay whatever it takes to get him back. So
Yeah.
it's a lot, man.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
He's trying to make the world a better place, but meanwhile, his personal life's on fucking fire, you know?
Crazy.
Is he married? Is right now, or has he got a lady?
Ladies.
Ladies.
Is he dating now?
He dates some beautiful women. Jesus. Siobhan Zillis. An executive.
Exhibit Neuralink.
Oh, and they welcomed twins.
I think a lot of his babies are in vitro.
Damn. That's interesting. I don't think that's her. Oh, it is.
No, that's her.
He's got twins. They're cute as shit.
Hopefully he knows her name.
Yeah, that's a lot of kids. That's a lot of kids.
Yeah, that's
man.
tough.
Does he have more or does Chris Brown?
That's a lot of kids.
How many does Nick Cannon have? 11?
I mean, sorry, yeah, Nick Cannon. I said Chris Brown.
Well, I think I don't know.
Nick got some beat.
It's a race.
6 different women. Cool. And Mariah Carey. Damn.
God, tough.
Yeah, it's a shitty example, but okay. I don't approve at all.
Tough.
If they all lived together in one big compound, I could see it.
No. Let's say 33. Marlon Brando had 16. Bob Marley, 11. Evander
Wait,
Holyfield,
Screaming Jay
11.
Hawkins, who's that? He was a singer?
But that's old then, since
Brando, DMX, 15 children. DMX had 15
Charlie
children.
Chaplin at 11.
Do you want to hear a quick story about DMX and one of his children? This is not a joke. So I used to work. I did bottle service at a nightclub, and DMX was a performer there. He came in, and you could tell he already wasn't okay. And he was holding something in what looked like an IKEA bag, and asked me like, "Hey, can you hold this?" And I looked in the IKEA bag, and it was a baby.
It's tough.
And I was like, what are we doing here? And so I'm holding this baby, and he's like, yeah, no, she's good. She's good. Just put her in that room while I'm performing. And I'm like, put her in the room. And it was like a baby. So like I went in one of the rooms, and like I took all the girls like sweatshirts and everything and made kind of like a thing and put the baby in there.
Your little
And
nest?
the baby
Was the baby crying?
wasn't happy with a little girl. And
Hold on. You're telling me DMX wasn't a good father?
That's crazy. The guy who grew up in boys' homes, grew up with like no parents at all.
That's no excuse
then
me. Yeah, you're
died?
telling me he's not a good father?
I mean, she was wrapped in blankets. I think it was just like a weird carrier that looked like a bag. But like, yeah, we put the baby on the floor and made a barrier, and it was there for 3 hours. 4
That's
hours.
terrible.
Yeah.
No bottle, no nothing.
No. And then you could tell he was on something because he started preaching at the end of it, like
Hell
talking
yeah.
about the devil ain't playing
yeah.
fair. and
Okay, dude.
You need to be saved.
As your
and, like,
baby doesn't have a bottle. As somebody with a baby,
It was
I have
crazy.
big problems.
it was wild, guys.
That's where I call child services and go, hey, this fucking asshole has got a baby here.
Where was the mom?
I'm sure she
Hey.
was probably in law school.
Hey, Brendan. Hey, Brendan? Let me check myself. Hey,
Chin checking
Brendan?
yourself, chin checking yourself a little bit.
You know where she's at. Hey,
Yeah. Have another
Jesus
baby.
Christ.
Have another baby.
I'm sure he did.
She's probably in labor.
It's got dark.
Where are you going to be, Bri?
What? Guys, great news.
Dagestan?
This weekend, Toledo, Friday, Saturday, Funny Bone. The Toledo Funny Bone. And then as if that's not enough, Plano, Texas, September 6th, 7, and 8. I'll be at the House of Comedy. Then the Comic Strip in Edmonton, Alberta, September 12, 13, 14. Let's go. Then Summit Comedy Club, Fort Wayne, Indiana, September 20 and 21. Put a gun in my head. And then,
Hardest working man in comedy.
yes.
Put a gun in my mouth.
Yeah, I'm not at House of Comedy anymore. I got to take that off. Sorry, guys. There it is. So we'll see you in a little bit, kids.
Comes out next. There are 2 weeks left. We have a special drop this Friday, Saturday, Sunday only at midnight. It will go away. Get 30-time entries with the bonus drop this Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 2 weeks left to win this badass truck. I've already started building the next giveaway, but get this Raptor R Killer. I got to post a picture of it next to a regular Raptor. It shits all over regular Raptors. It's the Raptor R Killer. Win this truck. Get some dope merch. Collab with King Shocks. Go to dryfastallgas.com. And August 31st, it ends. So you got 2 weeks. Let's go. Dryfastallgas.com. We're out of here. Bye.